Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Coffee Break. I've been gone for a couple of days. That's because I've been working a little bit and had to get some things done because I suddenly got a little busy for a hot minute. But I'm back, and we're going to take a little time out today to talk about something and a little bit about what's on my mind or things I've been thinking about, what have you, like I always do. I'm going to sit here and gab at you a little bit about my thoughts, ideas, experiences, observations, and stories. So that's what the Coffee Break's about. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to hit subscribe and give me a big thumbs up if you like the video. Share it with your friends if you're so inclined, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll get future videos that come out. I am trying to be consistent about getting some videos out every week. I'm not going to promise that I always do that because something might come up. That always happens. But I'm settled in for today and I'm ready to go. So now that that's all out of the way, let me have a sip of coffee. I mean, after all, it is the Coffee Break, right? Well, let's see. What's been going on? Well, I got a couple of jobs last week, so I was very grateful for that. They weren't big jobs or anything, but they were little ones, and every little bit counts, right? I always refer to the little things that come along that help us go from day to day as breadcrumbs. So I always feel like I have an analogy for what I like to call breadcrumb living. You get something out of those little things, and they help you along from day to day, because the big things don't always come around as often as you'd like. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. It's just a thought I have in reference to the types of jobs I sometimes get as a small-time actor. Anyway, Mr. Caveman does his thing, and so I got a couple of jobs last week, and so that kept me busy for a few days, and I had to do a couple of auditions for voiceover jobs and get those done over the weekend. So I didn't get a vlog out is what I'm getting at here. So I'm back at you today. And I've been keeping up a little bit with some of the news that's going on out there in reference to things going on in the world. And one of those things that I noticed is they are talking about the stimulus checks. And how that's been passed and how some people were for it and some people weren't. And we're also talking here about very specifics, aren't we? We know that the Republicans didn't like the fact that the stimulus was being pushed forward by the Democrats. Okay, that's what it is. You're still playing that chaotic game of politics, people fighting with each other. But what was interesting to me about it all was that throughout the time that we've been dealing with this pandemic, we've been having these considerations for stimulus checks or a little extra help for the people who are out of work, who are being forced to stay home and not be able to provide for their family in the same way they're used to, right? I get that. I totally understand it, and I have benefited from it myself. Okay, full disclosure here, nothing to hide. But I think it's kind of funny they call it a stimulus check. I understand why they call it a stimulus check, but it's just interesting that they call it that. Stimulus. It's stimulating the economy, I guess. I just find it interesting. But here's the thing. It's like the jobs I get every single time. Whenever they happen, they just happen. Okay, I call them the breadcrumb jobs. But I got inundated, for example, last week with tons of text messages and emails asking my availability to work certain types of jobs. And then they would describe what kind of jobs they were, the dates that they were to take place, and the prerequisites for getting that job, which always means taking a COVID test. And so I have to take that into consideration now when I'm scheduling jobs, which don't come around every week. So, you know, I could go and work only 2 days in a month. That's how dispersed my jobs are these days because of the pandemic. In any case, I was getting like text messages, one right after the other all of a sudden, out of nowhere, asking my availability. And the truth is, I'm looking at the dates very carefully, trying to see what days they are, when they're going to take place, and what has to happen, and what kind of financial remuneration I will get as a result, which ones pay better than others in the long run. And when you think about all those things, then you reply and you respond. Well, I responded to every one of them saying, yes, I'm available, because I don't really want to turn down any work. And the truth of the matter is this: when I get these kinds of requests, they're not booking me. They're saying we're only checking on your availability and if you're open and willing and able to do the job. Okay, I get it. I'm trying to be strategic as well, and so I said yes to everything. In the past, sometimes that has gotten in the way because one job overlaps another. One requires taking a COVID test while you're working on another day, and you can't get away. So you end up losing one job for the other. Okay, so you have to really plan well. So my point of this is, you get all these requests, and then you have to forget about them. Okay, you don't hold your breath for the job, and then you won't be disappointed if you don't get it, right? Well, at least it's a positive way of looking at it, but it's also a positive approach to say, yes, I'm ready, willing, and able to take the job. But don't hold your breath or you'll be greatly disappointed because most of those jobs don't come through. Even if you qualify for them 100% or more, you don't always get the job. Who knows why? Sometimes it's just up to whoever's in charge and whatever they feel or think about who you are and what your look is and what they're looking for and what their idea is of what they want in a employee for that particular job. Okay, all that to say, coming back to the stimulus check, I understand that they said they approved it and everything, and it's coming. But I always get this question from people, have you gotten your stimulus check yet? And I'm like, not yet. Or, well, you know, it's not that I don't believe it because I have received the first two, but each time that they approved these stimuluses, I have said I don't necessarily want to believe that I'm getting it until I actually see it in my hand. In other words, don't hold your breath, right? Because, you know, you never know. Some people aren't getting these stimulus checks even though they probably should be getting them, and they have to then turn around and claim it on their taxes, which is another at least roundabout way of saying you will eventually get it, but what if you need it right now kind of thing, you know? I've been lucky that it did come through. It just took a lot longer to get to me because it just did. And so it was better and safer for me to believe that if I get it, great, but if I don't get it, at least I didn't hold my breath waiting for it. I didn't feel desperate to have it, that kind of thing in my mind. So I kept my spirit in a happy place by not holding my breath waiting for a stimulus check. Same as I do for my jobs. I just do the best I can. I put it out there. I wait, and maybe one of them will land. Maybe someone will say, hey, I want you. Come on down. Let's work together. I embrace you for who you are. Same thing with the stimulus check. You know, we recognize you. We see that you qualify. We're sending this to you. We hope this helps, that kind of thing. And when you receive it, oh, what a great benefit it might be. But if you counted on it, because the truth is in this world today is there are too many people out there, too many organizations out there willing to take advantage and rip off the little guy. There's just no questioning that. That's not me being sarcastic or pessimistic, because I'm pretty much an optimistic person most of the time with a little bit of pessimism thrown in for good measure. And I laugh at that because real life will show you the truth. And there are people out there willing to rip other people off at whatever cost. And so if you were to ask me the question, you know, can you trust most people? I would say probably not, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt until they really show me otherwise. But that's only because that's the experiences that I've had or seen happen or read in and out of the news. So don't hold your breath is my point. And at the same time, be hopeful for the best, because it may just work out for the best. And, you know, the intentions of it probably are good, but you just don't know until it happens. But when it happens, it's a great thing and you get to do it. Like last week, I got 3 jobs. And I didn't know that they were going to happen until they happened. And then I went so far as to do everything I needed to do to prepare for it. And then I benefited from it. So I keep hoping for the best. because I want to work and I want to make my own money. I want to gain the benefits back that I deserve and should have like everybody else. But if you hold your breath, all you're going to do is turn blue in the face unless someone follows through with doing what they say they're going to do. And that's the question of the day. Are they going to do what they say they're going to do? If they do, then you've got the benefit of whatever that is coming your way. So be hopeful for it. Don't hold your breath. If it doesn't come now, you got benefits coming later, you know, that kind of thing. That's my thought of the day. I didn't know exactly how I wanted to approach the subjects, but my point is, I don't want to hold my breath because I don't want to be disappointed. But I want to be hopeful and I want to reach for the best. And I think that's a healthy thing to do. Guard your heart and protect yourself at the same time as you're trying to reach out and do what you want to do in life. All right, well, I don't want to go on and on and on and on because I think I already have. So thanks for tuning in to the coffee break. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up again if you like the video, and share and subscribe and hit the notification bell like I said earlier. And I'll see you next time right here on the coffee break. Until then, you have a great day and I'll see you later. Bye for now.